Dear Gameloft, I present to you 15 more amazing ideas from our community and bug fixes and features, stuff that people want to see implemented in the game. And this is part number 6, I think. This series just keeps going. You guys keep coming up with some amazing ideas, posting them in Dear Gameloft channel on Discord. And we've got a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of talk lately and a lot of unrest in the community talking about the monetization, the Moonstone problem, the DreamSnap problem. And I think majority of people agrees that it makes sense if they need to make more money with Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think it would be okay if they try to implement slightly more aggressive monetization policies, but they cannot do that while letting the quality of the game, quality of the updates slide at the same time. You can ask for more money, but you have to deliver more and better content. And some of the stuff from this series, if you add, I think is going to go a long way towards helping people. Well, maybe not helping, but repairing the trust with the community. So here's 15 more features on how to make Disney Dreamlight Valley great again. Subscribe for more, and let's do this. Color variations of paths. Different colored bricks, different shades of color on this path for the Leafstone Pass. There is so many incredible path options that are beautiful, but also would be very beautiful in different colors. We have gold Bumblestone, green Bumblestone path. What if we had red Bumblestone path? What if we had blue Bumblestone path? Look at these beautiful speckled paths, the pebble paths. They're amazing. And it would be so easy to make these in different colors. And it would give players more different options to decorate with. And it would also not require designing a whole entire new path, which is not difficult to do. All you need to design a path is to figure out the border design, and then you figure out the texture that is supposed to be seamless, so you can connect it to as big of an area as you can. But I would absolutely love that. We already have multiple different versions of the same path. I would love to see even more colored options for even stuff like this. Loose gravel. What if I want dark gravel? For the sinister brick, what if I want green instead of purple? So many options. I love this one. I love this suggestion. Speaking of path, can we remove all the paths? I mean, we can remove all paths at once, but what if we could pick up and move the paths like we can with furniture? And on the same note, using the river kit. I actually am surprised how much I want this, because sometimes you make a build, you make paths around something, or paths that is aligned to something, and then you realize that it just doesn't work. It needs to be moved by like 1 block to the left, and that's just going to become a huge endeavor because you just cannot pick up the path and move it. So I would absolutely love to see that, and especially with River Kit. Imagine just having an entire lake that you need to move by 1 block. That would be just perfect. And let's just take this even further. I would love to be able to move anything in a cluster. Like, there are so many building games where you can have a selection tool where you can select multiple items at once and then drag them and move them together as a group. That would be so useful. Sometimes you would decorate and you realize that you need to move your entire build by like half a block or 1 block. Right now it's a pain, but the tool like this would make building so much easier. So I'm totally behind this. This is a good one. Place character houses between biomes in the furniture mode. I had so many times I had this issue. So first of all, there's multiple use cases that I see. For me personally, the biggest use case was being able to put character houses inside furniture mode. Basically, I know why Gameloft doesn't allow us to do this, because they need to make sure that each character's house placed at least somewhere at any point of time. So you just can't have the house not placed anywhere. But I don't really think it would be such a big deal. I think if people need the house, they would put it back. But, for example, I was decorating my valley, and I just don't want all the houses that I have in here. For example, I was doing my final biome, where I basically dropped all unwanted houses. And if I want to move them out of the valley, the only way to do that is to go to a floating island or another DLC, and to place your house in there so it takes it out from here. Moonstones, hello! Well, that's a nice surprise. So, you just have to do this roundabout way to move the house. What if we didn't have to? What if we could literally just go and decide, okay, this house, for example, Mirabelle's house, I don't want it here. I want to just put it in my inventory and then go somewhere else and place it. So I don't have to pick right now, but I'll just have it available for placement. Also, Milo suggests that when you need to drag a house through large area, even in the same valley, like in the regular valley, it's not a big deal, but Wish Blossom Ranch is super huge, and some areas are very difficult to navigate in the furniture mode, so you can't just... It's very difficult to drag an item from one biome to the other, especially if they're far away from each other, so just placing it in the inventory and then putting it down again, that is a great feature. I would love to see that. Pause companions in the photo mode. Yes, please. We got the villager pause button. And I'm not going to go in detail how imperfect the system is, but it still is better than not having it. Imagine if we could do the same thing with companion. Just have a companion that is running around, and I just want to pause it. I just want to pause it in a specific place. Now, there is glitches that allow you to do that, but they're very difficult to execute and also not available on all the platforms. So that would be an amazing addition to the game to be able to do this through the same kind of feature as we have for the villagers. Now, speaking of houses, this is a good point. Now we have 3 DLCs and 45 character houses, and it's still, when you go into the furniture menu, it doesn't tell you where those houses are, because sometimes you place, let's say, some villager that you need on a floating island, and you forget where it is, and you have to go from floating island to try to find where you placed that villager, or you forgot which biome, which DLC you placed them. So when you go to the furniture mode, it says placed on a floating island, or placed in a village, or placed like it says in a village, but I know for a fact this is not even in the main valley, it's in another DLC. So instead of doing village, it's a great idea to put a biome name. For example, placed in whatever gulch area. I forgot what the gulch areas are called, but I have it in the gulch, and it will tell me exactly where it is. And for the floating island stuff, just tell us which floating island it's placed on. It would make it so much easier to find these houses. An even cooler trick would be, if it's placed somewhere, have a button under each house to just go inside that house from wherever you are. And then when you exit the house, you just appear in front of the house, wherever it's positioned. That would be such a beautiful, such a simple, but such beautiful quality of life change. Next, sorting by size in the furniture mode. That is a great idea. Sometimes I want to add some details. I finish placing the main items, and I just want to sprinkle a little something. So I want to be able to find the small items. So what if I just could insert in filters and, for example, have either sort by size, or just have 3 categories: small, medium, and large. Small, let's say, are the items that are 2x2 or less, or 4x4, depends. Medium could be, let's say, 8x8. When I'm saying 8, I mean the smaller squares, not the regular squares. And then large is like 15x15 and up, or something like this. Just be able to visually distinguish the items by size, because when we decorate, even when working on Dream Snaps, usually I feel like most people they don't have exact idea which items to use, but usually they have an idea what size of item you want in this place. So this would help you choose the right item without needing to scroll through a bunch of stuff that definitely not gonna work. I love this suggestion. Minty would be very happy if they added the items they used to build the realm. More items are always welcome in the valley. For example, there are so many items in Alice in Wonderland realm that are still not available for us, like more red carpets, guard soldiers, glowing mushrooms, frog leaf, pencil bird, hard fans. Yeah, there is a lot of biomes where we still didn't get all the items that came with them in the Scrooge store. Even though we have most of them, we don't have these beautiful mushrooms. It would be nice to get a cluster like this, but I think these are just... They just use the big mushroom to decorate by scaling it. They do this with a lot of items. They just scale stuff that we already have. This pencil bird is just sitting on the top of books that we have. So I don't think it's meant as an item, but once again, would be very nice to get since they already coded it. They make it. They made the animation. Why not allow us to use it at our own discretion? There's a bunch of stuff in Mulan realm. These purple trees, like, come on, that's trolling at this point, not giving us purple trees, even though they're in the realms here. That would be really nice. I feel like they try to put as many items from the realms in the Scrooge shop every update as possible, but it would, like, Scrooge shop is just such a thing. They could have an easy win by adding even more Scrooge items that they already developed. Like, why can't we have these little frogs on lily pads that we can place in our own water sources? Lots of options. I completely agree. Gameloft, please give us more Scrooge items. We have so many premium Scrooge store items. Having some additional Scrooge items. Maybe save these items for the updates where we are not getting a realm. Like when we get Cinderella, we got literally 0 items in the Scrooge shop. This was such a good opportunity to add some of the items that you haven't added from other realms and character houses too into the Scrooge shop. Ooh, this is a good one. Allow us to basically move the items around inside the photo mode. Oh my god, I wanted it so many times. Imagine you line up the shots, everything is perfect, and, well, first of all, there is no way to line up the camera to match the photo mode exactly, so you can't see how the shot is going to look in the furniture mode, how it's going to look when you're actually taking a photo. So it would be so cool if we could align and then click a button and just toggle the furniture mode and be able to pick things up and move it like by a few spots. And while we're there, why not do the same with characters, companions, and even our own avatar? Just be able to pick it up, rotate, place it anywhere on the map once we're in the furniture mode. Just like basically sculptures of our characters. We freeze them in the right pose, we freeze all of the other villagers in the right pose, and then just move them around a little bit. Manually. Like, that would be so perfect. We could arrange everything, make any dream come true. And isn't this what Disney Magic is all about? Making our dreams come true. Please, Gameloft, I would love this. Don't you just love when you're riding your horse in your Wish Blossom Ranch, you can mine, you can dig, you can plant, you can harvest, but one thing you cannot do, and it's fish. Wouldn't it be nice, and Dara agrees, and I've been talking about it many times, to allow our character to fish while riding a horse? Like, just pull out a fishing rod. I don't even want a critter to, like, dive in for a fish or anything like that. Just allow us to pull out the fishing rod and take a shot. And while we're at it, why not allow us to pull out the camera mode while we're on a horse? Basically sitting just like this. I know there's photo poses with horses, but sometimes it would be nice to just be able to get a shot like this, where you're just sitting at the horse, just maybe you can pick, like, I don't know, take a shot like this. It would be so cool. So camera and the fishing rod usable on the horse would be absolute game changer. This is such an annoying bug. Right now, if you want to decorate a table, if you're trying to place anything anywhere, you can only place it in a corner spot if the table is at a corner. So if you want to decorate the table, you have to, first of all, rotate it to be straight again. Then you place the items where you want. Because once it's rotated, that's it. it's no longer allows you to place items anywhere except the top left corner. I don't understand this glitch. How does this make sense in any shape or form? But please fix it, Gameloft. I want to be able to decorate my tables normally. This is clearly a bug. I don't think there is any physical limitation that should prevent us from being able to do this. This is a pretty fair one. Sometimes when you ride the horse, and as you know, the horses, they live around the stable. So if you have stables placed in your valley, the horses would usually hang out there unless you summon a horse and then you ride and then you get off. And wouldn't it be nice that you could just send your horse back to the stable? If you don't want your horse to just stand in this one spot until you basically restart the game or teleport, you just want them to go back to the stable, where they belong, where it makes sense. It would be a nice way. It would be nice to have a button to send a horse back home. I agree. Oh, this one I've been mentioning it multiple times. I think that you should be allowed to try out the items before buying in Premium Shop, and not even before buying. I feel like it would be fair if we could be allowed to refund the items in the Premium Shop. For example, you can see they did it so you can see a lot of things, but you cannot see, for example, the poses for the critters. You can't see what they actually do, what's their ability, if it's a notable companion. You cannot see their idle animation, their fun animation when you feed them. And let's take it further, not just companions, the dresses. Sure, you can see yourself in a dress, but you cannot see how it's going to look when you're riding a horse. You cannot see how it's going to look when you're just walking or gliding. So there's you cannot see if you can wear other items with it. I mean, maybe you can but you have to equip like the necklace, the bracelet to make sure that they don't get unequipped when you see yourself in this dress. But still, I feel like allowing us to actually try it out, walk around our valley, do all the things that we normally do, I think it's fair to allow people, when they buy anything, to give, for example, an hour. After you buy something for an hour, you should be allowed to get a refund. When you get a refund, this item gets removed from your inventory, and if you bought any additional copies, they also get completely removed. So if you bought a Premium Shop item, you didn't like it, you tried it out, just take it away completely from me and give me my Moonstones back. This way people would have much less disappointment. And on one hand, a lot of purchases that people bought things that they don't really end up using. I feel like an hour is not enough to have the buyer's remorse just because you might not find the item as useful as you thought would be. But it's enough to be able to test it to the point to see if it's like if it doesn't have any annoying glitches that you might not buy the item otherwise. So I think 1 hour, even 15 minutes, anything, 15 minutes after you buy something, to be able to return it after you actually try it out. Now, I'm saying that, and if that was actually a thing, then my Premium Shop reviews would pretty much be useless, because everybody would be able to get the items and test them out and return them if they don't like them, see it in their own game. But I still feel like that would significantly improve happiness and also decrease the amount of disappointments from buying items that turned out to not be as good as they might have been shown on the Premium Shop page. So I'm all for it. This is a great idea. So right now, in the collections, if we go to the furniture, so if we go to the stuff like crafting, you can see which items you can craft but haven't crafted yet. But it wouldn't it be nice if the same could be if we go to the furniture sets, and instead of just showing the items that we have, also show the items that exist and are possible to get. They just don't, you just show them up as grayed out items, and then you can also show if it's a Scrooge item like this, or the Premium Shop item, or Star Path item. Right now it does show those things. So you would be able to know, okay, I'm not missing any Scrooge items from this category, or I'm missing a Premium Shop item from here, and look at it and like, okay, I would definitely try to get it next time it comes out. It would be much easier to determine what are you looking for in the Scrooge shop, if it's even worth going to Scrooge shop every day. it's just gonna give much more full view of the collection, and it's just not that difficult to do. I love knowing what items were added into the game when the update drops, and that would be the only way to actually find out. Like, I have 40 out of 41 the Princess of the Frog items. I need to know which item am I missing. It's driving me crazy. Gameloft, show it to me, please. This is a great suggestion. Okay, Mr. Moo has a great idea to be able to buy frozen statues of all of the characters in the game. Now, we do have Scramble Coin statues, but those are locked in in Eternity Isle DLC. So if you don't have Eternity Isle, you're not going to be able to get these figurines. And I've seen so many creative uses of Scramble Coin figurines. Right now, we have Frozen Anna, and I think it looks great. If we could get one of these for every single character that was Scrooge items, just add it to the Scrooge shop. Doesn't even have to be frozen. Could be stone statues. Any kind of figurines or statues with every character in the game. That would be so cool. You would be able to use those as maybe potential characters in Dream Snaps when you cannot actually use a real character. Can use it as decoration, and they already have the models of all the characters, so all they need to do is to just freeze them in a certain frame and apply a shader of a stone or a marble or ice, and you got yourself a whole item that you can put in a Scrooge Star and make player base happy, and also just have so many new items that can pop up in the store for people to find. In a regular store, a lot of people just haven't seen a new item for months. It just solves so many problems and is so easy to do, and I hope Gameloft does it at some point. And the last thing we're going to look at today is a suggestion by Crystal Mermaid. And I've seen this one before, but I don't think we covered it in this series, so I'm just going to include it just so we have all of the requests from the community inside this Dear Gameloft series. So you know, when you go to the Touch of Magic, either clothing or furniture, there is a limit of how many you can do. And apparently that limit is 32 slots. Once you got 32 outfits or 32 furniture items, yes, that checks out. I have 32 and it says maximum is reached. I absolutely hate this. I do not see why this is a reason, why this is a limitation. They seem to want to encourage the creativity with this tool, but they limit how many items we can make. Now, sure, maybe they're trying to, for performance sake, not have too many custom items, because I'm imagining that rendering these items in the world is more difficult than optimized dresses and items that they release. But still, once again, this is one of those things that I feel like the players should be able to have a choice, because you could just say, if you create more than this, or if you have a lot of Touch of Magic in your valley, you may experience lags, freezing, crashes, stuff like this. Just give us a warning and let us make our own decisions. That's the same argument I'm saying when I'm asking for higher item limits. Allow me to make my mistakes. Let me see if my computer, if my machine can handle more items. If I notice, just give me a warning. Tell me that if you want more items, you might experience these lags. If you do, please remove some items from your valley. Simple as that. I don't know. I guess there are, for some reason, some liability issues. They don't want to be responsible for people just ignoring the warnings. Maybe there is no way to protect themselves completely from this. Whatever the reason is, at least raise it to 50. Like, 32 is just such a weird number. Just give us 50. And while we're at it, why is there only 4 favorite outfit slots? This is great. This is even crazier than the other one. This doesn't even require any Touch of Magic. These are the items you already have in the game. Each one of these is literally just like couple kilobytes, just an array of IDs of the items. It blows my mind. Please, 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 give us at least 10. At least 10. Even though I still don't understand, why does there have to be a limit? Anyway, it is done. 15 more features, and I thought we gonna end the series, but if you guys keep posting great ideas, we're gonna keep it going, and we'll be sending all of this to the Gameloft. Hopefully, one day, we'll see all these features in the game. Thank you so much for watching. Also, just want to give a huge shout out to all of our amazing content creators and our amazing mod team that joined us yesterday for the special streamer party where we were testing out the games on Dreamers Portal. And you can play the games on the portal right now. Just go and there's a whole new section. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. And we had a lot of fun yesterday. A lot of people have shown a lot of positive feedback. There's some little bugs I'll be fixing within the next couple of weeks to make it perfect, but I think it's pretty fun. See how well you can guess the Dream Snap ranks just by looking at the picture. And I'll see you in the next one, Dreamers. Have a great day, and goodbye.
Oh, nice day we're having, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. Woohoo!
Amazing. Gotta tell you, it is really beautiful here. Hey, nice to see you.
Oh, hello.
Are you seeing this?
Oh.
What?